And this director looked at me and said, "So you've done nothing." And I took offense at that. And sometimes you have to stand up for yourself and say, this is the kind of art I want to make, and I'm living and dying on this. But actually, what you're saying actually could help me do what I'm doing. And no, it's the same thing with directors. If you can't, when you were talking about advice for young people, the first thing that popped in my head is something one of my first directors said to me, which was, he said, I was 21. I was making my Broadway debut, and this director said, "What have you done?" And I said, "Well, I did Explorers, when I was a kid, and I did this movie, Dead Poets Society, and I acted in this school play. I played Tom in Glass Menagerie my senior year, and and this director looked at me and said, "So you've done nothing." And I took offense at that. So I've done some things. He said, "I need you to say, I've done nothing. I need you to say, I don't know. And if you can say, I don't know, I can teach you. And if you can't say, I don't know, then I really can't teach you." And it was my 21-year-old ego, was just buckling. I do know what I do. I do know what I'm doing. And he said, "You've never been on Broadway before. You've never done Chekhov before. And you can't say, I don't know what I'm doing." I said, "I can say that. I don't know what I'm doing." He said, "See, it's not that hard." See, now at 55, I always say I don't know what I'm doing. It's so easy for me to say it. One lifetime is not enough to know what you're doing. There's so many more rooms. There's so many more layers, And so that's the advice I have for young people starting out is to be humble and admit because you've done a handful of things doesn't mean you know what you're doing.